Hi guys, happy Monday. I was just realizing that I'm wearing a tank top for like the week of October. I'm sorry, the week of Halloween. Which I know is probably weird for most people, but I live in Miami and it's damn hot over here, which is something that you discover when you're a kid trick-or-treating. You realize that all these Halloween costumes are made for people that live in anywhere but Miami. That's a little bit colder because my poor kids get to wear these like full body like fleece outfits when it's like, you know, like high 80s over here and they're sweating during trick-or-treating. Every once in a while we get a little bit of a cold front, but it's very rare. So still tank tops. Dark colors though. We try to represent, you know, we try to participate with the rest of the country, but it's not cold here, guys. All right, so there was actually something I wanted to talk about. Oh, I don't use cards for my readings, which I know is kind of funny that we do cards every Monday together. I don't use them for my reading, right? I'm just intuitive and I'm reading things. I've never used cards actually for readings. And I have so many because I love them. I think they're beautiful and I think that they're great for times where you are in your head, where you can't you can't hear your own intuition, that it's an area of life that's making you a little bit nervous. So I think they're nice and they're helpful for like personal use. So every once in a while, like I'll use them. I like to do spreads every once in a while too. I think it's like fun for me. It's like a hobby, but I'm not necessarily using it, and I don't like necessarily use it for my own intuition very often. And I just want to remind you guys that cards are great for like when we're working on our intuition, but to really challenge yourself to develop to be able to hear your own intuition without the cards sometimes, to not use them so much as a crutch. If you'll notice, if you overuse them, they'll stop working, right? They'll just like not respond to you, or you'll be like, well, this doesn't make any sense. And it's because like the guides are like, no more. So just, you know, I just want to encourage you guys, there's other ways you can even journal. Get a journal and like ask a question to God or to whatever it is that you're trying to connect to, a guide or your past loved one, sorry. And you can free write, respond, like just see what's coming through, because intuition it comes from different senses. It depends what sense you're using. It'll come from different senses, and then like basically our mind is trying to translate it. So you can always journal, right? Like, and just try to develop your intuition in other ways so that it's coming throughout the day and not just like when you use the cards, and really trying to hear yourself, okay? And this is just for fun. Like this is, they're nice messages and it's just like a quick way to connect, but I don't ever want anybody to like really depend on it, okay? All right, card number 1. Divine guidance. Okay. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. I feel like we've pulled this card before. But this is really, to me, what it's saying is actually a little bit of what I was just talking about, that like you are the spiritual teacher, and just making sure that you're trying to access your own guidance within. If you can't, to really look for an alternative approach, like it's saying here, to really look for a teacher or to like learn how to strengthen that muscle rather than like depending on outside stuff. It's also saying surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. So if you're trying to figure something out and it's not working for yourself, like it's time to bring in help, right? It's time to bring in friends that know more than you, mentors, teachers, people that can help you with this thing that is not working out for you. And it's just a reminder that, you know, sometimes we need people to come into our lives to expand us, right? To give us new information that we don't currently have, to help us heal all those things. And this is just a card that you have made a connection, that you are connected, and that they're trying to let you know that they're trying to get through to you, but maybe you're not hearing. So being able to see if you can go somewhere else to help you get some guidance, to get yourself some learning, things like that. So it's time, you guys. It's time for like that next level, bringing those people that can support you, not to do things for you, but to actually help you grow in your knowledge and in your intuition, your wisdom, all that kind of stuff. So you can book a session with me. There's tons of great teachers out there. Get a book from a great teacher and really start getting more into your intuition, your spirituality, because that's where all the answers are. It'll come from there. Okay, for anything. It's always a spiritual problem. All right, card number 2. Solutions. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving, and healing energy. So this is a card about getting a little practical about the solutions to this problem, to making sure that you're not being unrealistic and that you're just trying to manifest, but that you're actually physically doing things that can help bring a solution to this problem. So that can be, if you're dating, that you are actually looking at like, what am I doing to get dates? Like, am I getting on dates? Like making sure that you're physically doing things and that you're not just sitting at home, like making lists and manifest and things like that. Money, if you're trying to manifest money, let's say that you are making sure you have funnels where money can come through. So like you offer this service, or you've been working on this, and this is really just like a practical card. So it's kind of taking that energy that likes to exist above us, especially those of us who are, it's funny, our first card was like get spiritual, and this card is like get grounded. So it's a balance always of the two. But this is really about like making sure that you are adding action to your spiritual practice, that you are receiving the guidance and you're following through with the guidance, right? That you're actually doing things, because we live in a physical plane, that will help you bring that solution, into your life. It's also about patience. So the thing that you're asking for, to remember that even when we're manifesting, that there's always a lag, right? So like the seeds you're planting today, you may be like super into like whatever it is that you're like, oh, I'm going to really focus on, money or dating or whatever it may be. And that we'll see the fruits of your labor like a few months from now, a few weeks from maybe a year from now, right? So being really patient about like the work that you may feel like you're doing a lot of work right now and not seeing any results, but remembering that like there's a lag, and what, kind of almost in a weird way, like what we're doing today is part of our past. So knowing that like what you're doing today is going to grow a tree, it's going to grow a tree for your future. So trying to be a little bit more patient about the work that you're doing, and knowing that it's going to come to fruition soon. See anything else in this card? Getting out of your own way, like just asking yourself like how you may be resisting what's trying to come through, right? Being a little stubborn about how you think it's going to happen, and seeing if you can release and let go of the how, right? So let's say you may think like, I don't know, you're trying to find love and you don't want to go on dating apps. But you live in a place, you're not really getting any dates, and there's no other, nobody's setting you up, and you don't like going out. But so you're going to have to like find some sort of compromise, right? Like like if I don't want to do this one thing, like knowing that I have to do something, that there's going to be a little bit of this process being uncomfortable. So making sure that you're getting out of your own way, that you're compromising, that you're hearing the guidance, and that you're not just saying like, well, I don't want to do that, so like, let's pretend that never happened. All right, let's pretend I never heard that. Compromising, meeting in the middle, and knowing that like what you've been doing maybe hasn't been working, so it's time to be a little bit more open. Okay, so yeah, solutions. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Got a lot of info today, and we'll see you next week. Happy Halloween.